27, where today we're jumping into Foundation, Season 1, Episode 2. It seems like the vast majority were kind of into Episode 1. We're still gonna hold this show out. I'm going to try to see what the views are doing. If the views are viewing, the likes are liking, the shares are sharing. We'll continue on. I actually really did enjoy the first episode, so I'm holding on to hope. I'm holding on to hope that everybody shares. If we get at least, if 10 people watch this reaction, right? And 10 people just hit that share button, it'll go out into the universe of Foundation and Apple TV, and then people will jump onto this reaction and will build like a fandom that likes the show, or even if people don't know this show, then maybe they'll check the show out and they'll love it. Shout out to Apple TV once again. Really like them. They have really good content. I'm ready to jump right into this. If you guys could comment down below and help me out as we go through this show, because it's very confusing, okay? I really think that they put a lot of money and budget into this. I believe it is from a book, which I talked about before, but I'm confused. I'm very confused. But I'm with it. I'm here for I'm here for the giggles. I'm here for the noise. I'm here for the ruckus. Guys, if you'd like to see this info reaction, it'll be available to you for the second and third tier here on this platform. That will always help copyright my as well as my other platform, Patreon. So guys, once again, if you'd like to see this info reaction, please join one of those platforms today. Now, without further ado, let's jump into Foundation and find out exactly what Foundation has got to give. Dwarf Planet. Beautiful, beautiful.
Jim Corver, you have suffered a cervical spinal cord injury. We know you operate this illicit biohacking facility, subcutaneous nanolase explosives used by the bombers who destroyed the Starbridge. What we don't know is the identity of the people who contracted with your lab to have this work done. The device my associate is applying will stimulate your phrenic nerve. The next words you utter will determine if that device remains functioning. Who purchased the bombs? Linking the bomb maker to the attack's true authors has proven intractable.
How many bodies are still orbiting Trento?
Rescue and recovery
Make it a priority. Anyone has to do is look up to be reminded of our impotence. Am I going to regret exiling Selden and his followers? No evidence exonerates them. I could destroy them still, even at a distance. Every source of news could say it every hour on the hour until the air is made of that.
Martyring dissidents is a risky enterprise.
So is annoying your emperor.
This does give me very expanse. Since somebody wrote that.
981,717.
Figured I'd find you here.
Sorry. There is no end.
Numbers or problems to kill? Coming out? You know I can't swim.
Well, you've got 4 years and 4 months to learn. Relax. Relax.
Time job, I guess.
The time comes, fly red or green is my hint to you.
Maybe I'll join the reactor group next training period.
Learn every job in the colony, Gaal.
Well, I do if they can't do them.
54 more months until we land on Terminus. We have time. Sorry, I shouldn't be wasting our dwindling time like that.
You have high levels of mercury and arsenic there. Just be careful.
Are we on the ship?
Shit! Ooh, Alice!
Congratulations, you guys are 0 for 3. Try, but I doubt I could find a more painful way to die. You were all killed by exploded rock fragments.
Seems unfair. If you hadn't fired, the Bishop's Claw would have probably killed us all anyway.
Everything about Terminus is unfair.
Miss Dornick, Dr. Selden wants to see you.
An apple orchard in the Imperial Gardens that's older than the robot wars.
I didn't know there were robot sympathizers.
There are always sympathizers. We had trouble with the lava tube.
Settle the foundation near the lava tube.
We need it for energy production. Have you run Thrive projections using this morning's sim data?
Yeah, 34.2% mortality after 5 years planetfall.
Trending downwards. Run sims, Gaal.
Morning, Harry.
Morning, Magnus. I was Dr. Selden when we began this journey.
Really such a bad thing? them to know the man behind the math.
There's a Foundation budget allocation conference later. I need you to sit in for me.
Math is never just numbers. When words fail us, we use math to describe the inexpressible, the vastness of space, the weight and worth of a human soul.
You invoke it before you kill the animal. Yes!
Anyone could sing that, Emperor.
That's not true. Never mastered the dialect. Not like a native, but it sounds perfect.
Anacreon firmly denies any involvement in this.
Destruction of the Star Bridge and the deaths of 100 million citizens of Trento. That was Thespin.
It's long lived out of reach.
I assume you can also recognize the Thespin prayer.
Prayer
Hasn't been sung in 88 years.
My government continues to deny.
Shroud.
Nothing is authentic. They don't have answers.
Someone does. Someone's going to hang for this. I'd like it to be the guilty one.
It clearly isn't either one of their people. It was a setup.
Where is Brother Dusk?
That's kind of cool. He's upset because he's getting older. I would not want to be Dusk.
Thanks, Gaal. Zygote looks good. Any change in your birth directive?
Not everyone wants to wait for planetfall.
It's not surprising.
She's still early term. She could still follow protocol, but she won't come in. Do I need to tell Dr. Selden? Or is it enough just to tell you?
Does the father know?
We barely know each other. I'm not talking to you as the Foundation. I'm talking to you as Gaal.
Listed onto the shuttle team, you know how much safer an embryo is in the seed bank.
How much radiation we're getting hit with up here. But I also know where we're going. Frozen rock. I know you've got projections of how many of us are going to die, and that the number is higher than anyone wants to know.
It's okay for Harry Selden to lie to me. I expect that, but not from you.
That's how I know it's you talking, and not him. I know what the math is. I know that what we're doing on this ship isn't really living. I'll just never get to look into her eyes.
There would be nothing worse.
Where are you going?
You know where.
Oh.
There.
On awakening, evil they have seen. Weapons left outside.
She has nothing.
Not her. Him. Machines are not welcome here.
Empire.
He who shrouds himself from man's touch shrouds himself from God.
Touched by God.
No, just me.
You claim to be seers, yes. You know the future. Why were you at Harry Selden's trial? What is your interest in Gaal doing?
There is no sin in curiosity.
There is on your planet.
Her math allowed her to see this.
She came here. Did you talk about
Empire.
your God? Tell her about the Empire?
She's not a seer. Your empire is doomed.
Look, he could have stayed a little longer.
The right calculation can allow us to see over the horizon, and if we're lucky, it can help us prepare for what comes next. 86,981,779.
Why always in the dark?
Why in the light? Is there something you want to talk about?
She exceeds my expectations. You both do.
I gambled on exile. I did my best to engineer the outcome.
Don't be late for the Foundation meeting.
He knows about us.
He's a psychohistorian. He reads math, not mine.
You're afraid to tell him, and you don't want to talk about it.
We both agree, because he thinks relationships are a distraction.
Math, Harry's plan, it's not all worked out. Close. I'm not saying it's not close, but not everything is solved. We're missing, with a high probability of what the picture is, but they're still missing.
How many pieces are missing?
I'd like to bring us up to speed from the budget subcommittee.
Is 5.6% a lot? Is it okay to ask questions? Does the allocation algorithm weight towards heterogeny?
Diversity and variance are cornerstones of the Foundation's mission. 300 planets, over 100 different languages.
The allocations were developed through the Foundation's values.
And what is the Foundation's feeling about base 10? The numbering system, 1, 2, 3, 4.
We know what it is. It's how we count.
It's how you count. Will you be preserving base 12 or 27? Point is, as we begin preserving the most essential pieces of civilization, how will we know what those things are if we can't even agree on how to count them?
Still seem... You needn't worry about me. You know I'm not the same as you. They didn't die. They were destroyed. By your kind.
Is that why you don't like me to see how you really are?
The more human I act, the more human I am. It's confusing not to commit to one reality.
You know I hate the stairs.
You hate this. The sheer hubris required to think so much of your abilities. That not only will you be the first, but the one. I will be the river from which all rivers flow.
Selden is just a man.
And so were we once.
Why did you go to the skull? They're still pulling bodies out of the wreckage.
I wanted to see what happened to our world. As you should have. I want to meet with the Anacrean and Thespian delegates.
It's not your job.
No, but it is my right. If it were, there are less advantages to poison.
What do you want?
Only the truth?
Why would we sing an Anacrean song then deny it was us who had done so?
Well, perhaps your government has not told you everything.
How would this profit Anacreon?
Someone is trying to destroy us.
You're going to die. The Empire is going to kill you. For the smells. For the stinging in the eyes. A taste in my mouth! It is a taste that will not go away. We may scream, it is not fair, and we would be right, because I believe you. We should let you all go free. We should. But we won't.
The old man is declining, isn't he?
Did we miss something for our delivery?
No. I was just thinking about a particular white shirt. Is it clean otherwise? I'd like it if it is, stain and all.
Are you happy? Happy with the progress of the plan? The preparations?
I am confident in the success of our endeavor. I approved the passenger manifest. 100 years from now, your names will be memorialized. Pinned the fate of the galaxy on the back of a theorem so abstract. It might as well have been a prayer. Because that prayer can't endure without people. Yes, Theron. May I shake your hand?
Been looking for you. Why'd you leave the budget meeting? Diffused a friendly face.
Harry thinks we should plan to send a spacewalk.
Can you pass the wine, please? The wine?
You probably don't remember the first meal that you and I had together. Well, it wasn't much. I'd get stale sourdough and day-old roast alley-hole. Did figure out, how did you know Alvarez would bring you the most money on the black market? Father was drinking whatever money you were able to bring back.
That's wrong. He'd been in an accident. He had a burn down his back. I stole the books for medicine. He didn't drink it till later. After I left to live with you.
Okay.
Apparently, I'm better at predicting the future than I am at remembering the past.
He was in, he was in an annoying show on Netflix. Yeah, now I remember.
It happens once every 2 years, so they never use it for the sim.
Maybe I shouldn't have told you what I did. About the man.
I'm just afraid I don't know which mistakes are important.
And we get to Terminus. We'll have more freedom. Maybe with a couple kids dozing by the fire.
He probably won't be around long in this show.
It's a pretty loaded silence after mentioning kids.
He's been silent the whole time, girl, not just the kids part.
It was nice while it lasted.
Oh.
We need to come to a conclusion about Anacreon and Thesp. Hard to believe you're the same man whose advice on all things Harry Selden will. Do not overthink the stick. What do you think? Ascending Dawn?
Why is he crying?
Go ahead, young man. You answer him.
I'm scared.
Yes. Which is why the best face we can project outward now
is mine.
Is one of strength. The Emperor's peace is the promise of the Imperium. A baton handed from generation to generation. We will not drop it. Not today, or any tomorrow after. Threaten the peace and pay a dear price. The pain will be felt by all for generations. They will live on. Our world will live on, and neither will your worlds. Not without wounds and scars!
Look.
Go back to your world. Tell the living and the dead you failed to save them.
Not every choice will be like this one.
But sometimes.
You won't be alone. You'll have your brothers and me.
How often does it end like this? How often do we choose this?
You always do.
Once I prayed in the words of my parents, but then my world expanded, and the words fell short of my reality. I pray in a different language now.
All right. It's me again. Raych?
Ooh, is he dead? No more of him. I think that the show will get better.
Gaal, you have to leave.
What have you done?
You can't be here.
Designate Harry Seldon's life functions have ceased. Warning.
Don't panic. You're gonna be okay. Try to keep calm. You can breathe it. You can breathe it. Remember to count right. I love you.
Well, why did you do that? I have to guess it. Obviously, none of them are gonna make it, and he knew that. Damn.
With you, I want it all.
153.
Is it because they can't get through all these rocks? Like what?
Well, ooh, I like that.
So let's be honest, guys. I'm gonna be super honest. So this outro is gonna be extremely short. I filmed this episode a hot toddy minute ago, and I was just about to edit it, or I am done editing it. And then I was about to add the outro of the show, and it was gone. It was finished. I must have deleted it by accident. So everything I said in that outro, when I normally do my outros, it's right after I'm done watching the show. So I give you guys the feelings that I had right then. I filmed this, no shade. I did it probably like 5 days ago. I filmed this episode. So the only thing that I have on how I was feeling is like as I was watching this show a second time around as I was editing it. So I don't remember exactly all of what I said, other than the show is extremely complicated. I like it in certain aspects. I hate math. I absolutely hate math. So all this number counting and me trying to figure things out with numbers is really confusing. I do not like, what's his name? The guy who's with the girl, right? Raych, whatever his name is. I don't like him. I think, to tell you the truth, it's not the character, I think it's the actor. I'm not a fan of the actor himself because I saw him in some other projects and I didn't like him there either. So when he comes on, and I might be the person that's really out, maybe a lot of people like him, but when he comes on, I always get distracted of how much I don't like his acting. I don't think he's a really good actor. But I mean, he's doing much better than me because he's on damn shows. So, shout out to a lot of people like him. But he just kind of takes me out of the show overall. And I'm already like somewhat, like I like the show, but because I'm so confused and it's so complicated for me to follow, for me, then he jumps on the stage and I'm like, oh girl. Like, I'm not catching a break. But I like the strongest part of the damn show is the Empire and everything that they're doing. I feel like we're on two different courses at this time of this show, and we're following Gaal and Selden, who's now dead, which I don't think he's actually dead. It's like a weird feeling. I feel like he's such a main character that he's not dead. Maybe he faked his death for whatever reason. And then if that's to be true, that means that other character is still alive, which bothers me. But then we're following the Empire and everything that deals with that and trying to figure out what's going on. I feel like there's so many different elements that are mysteries in this show. Although it's the second episode, for people that are like me, that, you know, find things harder to follow, I wish that one part of the show was complicated and then I could follow the other part easier, if that makes any sense. Like, right now I'm still like, I just figured out that all three men are the same man and that they're clones in different parts of their stages of their life. Like, I was just like, oh, I get it. But everything else, like, I at this moment, I'd rather follow the Empire. To tell you the truth, if you want me to be really honest with you, I actually don't really like Gaal either. To tell you the honest, like, to be really blunt, and I don't know why I don't like her. I would give like, I spit everywhere. For her, I would give a few more episodes to be like, yeah, I like or dislike you. But Raych, that's his name, I'm clocked out. I'm good on him. I'm absolutely 100% positive. I do not like the actor. I do not like the character. And that's and when I say I don't like the actor, I don't mean personally. I just mean his acting. I'm not a fan of it. And that's fine. You know, people don't like me. People don't like my channel. People don't like what I do on my channel. So, I mean, we all got opinions. It is what it is. Different tastes for different folks. But so, for me, the strongest part, as I said, is the Empire, and that's why I would keep the rating at an 8. But if the Empire was not really heavy in this episode and didn't finish it with a strong finish, then I probably would have rated it lower. And it's not because it's a bad film or anything like that. It's really just because, for me, the taste of this show thus far, I'm not 100% in. Yeah, I'm not 100% in. It's crazy because I like everybody else in the show besides, really, I don't like Raych and I'm not a huge fan of Gaal. And then you add the complications on the show, which I keep repeating myself, but if you guys comment down below, if the views are viewing, okay, and the likes are liking, and the comments are commenting on this show, I will continue on to episode 3. If you all are clocked out with me, see, I can clock out, but I can clock right back in, honey. To me, this is like, I love filming. I love giving you guys content. So I'll watch it. But if you guys aren't really into it, I would drop it like a bad habit. And then I would film Silo and then focus on Silo and determine if I really, really like that show too. But once again, I think Apple TV did really well on this show. I think the show, people said, is books. The budget is there, guys. The acting for the most part is there. It's just, I feel like the show is for people who are extremely smart or people who know the books. I believe that it is. And I think people were commenting before and said people who know the books don't like the show because they're so different, which seems to be like a general thing. Like, books are generally different from movies and TV shows. Even think about Marvel. Marvel used to follow it religiously, the comics, and then they were like, fuck that, we're gonna do our own thing, and that's why they are failing at the moment. But yeah, so I don't know, guys. I rated it 8. Let me know if I see the comments are commenting and the views are viewing, blah, 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 you know, the same old. We're going to continue on to episode 3. Now, if you do not see this show appear anymore, that means it wasn't shared, it wasn't liked, nobody commented, and I dropped it like a bad habit. If you guys see it pop up again, that means we're giving it a go. And by that time, I don't know how many episodes are in one season. Should we find out? I guess. Should we? Am I like in a mood? I'm kind of lazy today. Guys, I'm super lazy and I have to film. Let's see how many shows, episodes. Now, mind you, this show kept popping up on right away as I did it. So let me know. Okay, so this has 10 episodes in season 1. I believe that season 2 is going on right now. So right now we're on episode 2. So I mean, if we get into episode 3, and I feel like once I get to episode 3, I'm just gonna finish off the season, and we are where we are. So this will be the determining episode reaction that will let me know if you guys are in it or are you guys out of it. If you guys are out, peace. If you guys are in, episode 3 will commence. So let me know down below. Let's see that hashtag foundation. Let's see what you guys say down below, or let's see what you guys don't say. All depends on you guys. And I'll see you guys next time, hopefully with more foundation.